I know it's a 5-star, but it does do some weird things. Now, I'm not here to say that it's the best card in the game. And from what I've seen and from what I've heard, this card is looked down on quite a bit, but there's some interesting stuff that we discovered, some interesting mechanics behind how end of turn actually works with characters who take extra turns, with activating an ultimate right after your turn is over, and things of that nature. We were using it with Seele. It doesn't have to be on Seele. You're just gonna have to find that out. But I think this is pretty good because you can kind of get this 1-turn buff to last multiple times. So you can get this to last 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, 5 turns. Perhaps in things like the simulated universe with the different buffs, you can get almost indefinitely with the different aspects and path of the hunt things in that path resonance in simulated universe. But this is the kind of stuff that gets me going. You're gonna have to let me know how you feel about this. Like I said, it's not being like, oh, go get the hunt card. There's probably some better hunt cards out there. Even though, wait, this is called the hunt? No, it's called Sleep Like the Dead. It's not about going and getting Sleep Like the Dead, but it does do some cool stuff, so check it out. Okay, we leveled it up. It's time to see how this works. Is it as good as you guys are saying? I think it's probably gonna be okay. I'm wondering about the 1-turn duration and if we can abuse that with a certain character. We're gonna need to need a couple of waves, I think, to test everything I can want to test, I guess. Let's do 4 waves. We'll take the support squad team. This gives us as many buffs as possible. Now, there's a very particular buff we're looking for. We're looking for the crit rate buff. We have 38% crit rate right now. Hopefully we can use like our basic attack here and not crit. Did we get the proc to happen? We did miss 1 crit. So we have the crit rate boost, 36% for 1 turn. Now we are gonna try to facilitate as many multiple extra turns as possible. I'm gonna let her turn come back normally. I think here, let's do this as well. Just because we're good players. All right, let's push ourselves up. Now, the buff is still there. Crit rate boost, 36%. We have 74, you can tell, 74 crit rate. So let's go ahead, let's take an extra turn with her passive and see if it's still there. So we'll take him out, double crit, fantastic. And we still have 74 crit rate. We still have it. We still have that crit rate bonus. So let's use our ultimate here. And we'll use our ultimate after this turn and see if we still have our crit rate. So let's go ahead and see if we can S1 this guy. Cock the ultimate. 74 crit rate still. It's still there. This does indeed work. We are extending this. Now, let's use this, which should get us another turn. And we still have 36% crit rate. 36% on this still. This is so good early game for farming in big burst damage. If you're running like Ting Yun and Bronya and stuff, like let's pop this Ting Yun ability on us after this. I want to see if we kill this guy, if us going into the next wave and being the fastest character still counts us as being on the same turn. I want to see this. Now, we going in and we don't have it. We don't have it there. Okay. So new wave starting allows you to lose that buff. Now let's build it up again. I want to see if we start the new wave in our burst, our ultimate ability form, if then we can also have it. So I'm trying not to defeat as many of these guys as possible. Yes, inspire them up. Yeah, Captain, get me fired up, brother. We don't have it, right? It should be on cooldown, 38%. We got it again already. That was pretty quick. Now it says 3-turn cooldown, but we only had 1 turn without the crit rate buff. It was when we moved to the next wave. Someone's got to figure that out. We got to figure that out. So now I want to defeat everybody here with the buff and then get into the next phase with my ult ready. So I think if we just do this, that doesn't kill, sadly. So we'll do this. The buff should still persist here. And then, all right, we have our ult. We have our bonus extra turn here. I'm gonna use the skill and then push the ult. It doesn't work. Now, what if we just ult right now? Wave changes. Wave changes. Take it away. I want to know, is it back already? We double crit that guy. No, it's not. We just got really lucky. I want to know if CR pushing yourself to 100% off your ultimate would make that work. Like if that would work with Su Shang. If that would work with Su Shang, man, that would be pretty powerful if that would also work with Su Shang. Now we're here in the final wave. I mean, we got the crit rate boost again. It's only down for like 1 turn. It's like the duration doesn't go away when you take extra turns, or like as long as you don't change out of where you are in the action bar, your crit rate boost does not go away. It's persisting multiple turns, like on our fake turns, which is kind of sick. We'll throw this out here. But what if we boosted with like Su Shang, who boosts herself 100% when she does her ult? Because we have the buff right now, right? 34%. So like if we just don't abuse the extra turn mechanic yet, we just like, oh, I can ult now with the buff, right? We have the buff, we ult. And we take someone out. It should last through this ult, and it would also be here right now. Extra at 36%. We're at 74. And then we get another extra turn there. We still have it. And then we should be done with extra turns here. So let's go ahead and use this. And let's see how long we can endure if this would also be buffed.
Who's next?
He blows up.
I'll end your misery.
Now that interrupted us. Now we proc Resurgence, and we still have the buff. And we still have it. So thinking, if there wasn't another wave here, if we just used our skill, like our actual skill, take this guy out, we would get enough energy. We'd get 30 from the skill that put us to 115, and then another 10 from this guy dying. And we'd be able to use our ult again if there wasn't like another wave. If we were fighting a boss that just kept spawning ads every time we killed ads, we could keep this up for, I don't want to say indefinitely, but for a very long time. A very long time. We used the basic there, but we'd be able to keep that up forever. Now, what I want to know is, like I said during the fight, like if 100% pushes could be something that would affect that, right? So there's not very many characters that take extra turns in the game. I don't have her, so I can't test it. If you have that card, if you have Su Shang, try it out. You don't need to level the card up to max or anything. You just need to get in there and see if you can sort of make this work with her ult too. Now, the turn you activate the ult and you check your stats, you should have it. What we want to know is if you use the ultimate, it does have a 100% advanced forward push, a CR push, combat readiness push, which is a term from a different game, but immediately advances her forward 100%. So you could, in essence, have Su Shang with the buff ready. Use your skill, which would proc a bunch of critted sword stances and all this other stuff on a broken character. Activate your ult straight up and straight away before the CR push happens. Activate the ult before the buff goes away. Get the crit on that buff for this ultimate ability. And then you'll push yourself up, and then that's where I want to know if you're still going to have that giant combat readiness boost counting as an extra turn, or if it doesn't count. Because if that counts as well, man, that is a lot of crit chance and a lot of crit damage for fast farming for like Su Shang and any other character in the future that might have something that you can do with ultimates. Something that you can do possibly in simulated universe as well is you can go into simulated universe. I don't think I can see it here. You can go into simulated universe and you can get the ones that like CR push your characters. You can get the ones that refill your ultimate meter, which is the big one. Every time you defeat an enemy, you get 60 to 100% of your ult back. If you just keep spamming your ult with a character, you should be able to keep that buff up for forever, which is kind of wild. So Sleep Like the Dead, maybe not the worst card ever because of that. It is a little niche for sure. you have to have this very hyper aggressive playstyle, and there's not very many characters that it can work super well on. It will work for every hunt character with their ultimate ability, but to really take advantage of it, you want someone like Seele who can take extra turns with her resurgence talents. And then maybe if the 100% CR push effects that the characters themselves can activate themselves on their own turn, if those also count as extra turns, that'd be a big thing too. But honestly, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to tell me. Check out the Su Shang thing. Let me know down in the comments below. I really need to know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.